Yeah,
Welcome
hello.
to the Always Better Than Yesterday podcast, my friend. How are you?
I'm okay. Hi, my brother.
Yeah, I'm really well, really well. I'd love to know a little bit more about you and a little bit about your story, if you don't mind sharing that with us.
I started this journey in 2016. That's where I started the journey of helping the kids. Actually, my story, when I start from where I grown, where I started from, it will be a long story, but I will shortcut it in a few minutes to know who I am. Actually, I myself, I'm an orphan. Actually, my story, if I'm to cut short, I was just dumped. It was a Christmas day. That's when then the lady left the baby there. That's me.
Mm.
Left the baby there. Then she went for a short call. After long waiting, this lady was like, "Oh, where this lady has just left here the baby." Going to check where she went to the short call, found no one. That's where the story began for this lady
Mm.
to raise me up to where I am. From there, at the year of 10 to 11 years, then I went off from the home from there. Though I can't say that this lady never helped me. She helped me a lot too, around 10 years. So I started living the street life. That's where, to be honest, to tell you the truth, all my school fees, I worked for myself so that I can at least get some communication so that I can communicate to some people because I wanted to start up to somewhere, but I didn't make it, to be honest with you. Actually, I don't want to go deep into that story because sometimes it makes me cry. I myself, I want to be a photographer. That was my intention to be. So I joined the. I won't tell you that I I went for some education for photography, but I teach it myself, and I became professional. And I worked for many companies for photography. Uh, so many liked me, but for me, my intention was to make my own business. That was it. So when I got some skills for photography, uh, I tried to find a way how I can make it to have my own studio. So in 2017 there, I started a studio and I was a photographer. I, to be honest, I was successful, got to be known in photography. So by then, I utilized the little I was saving on a bank account. I bought a new machine for photography. So I became successful in just 1 year. From there, I was successful. I was having money. My business are doing well. So I started to help the children. When I get money, I said, what can I do? Because me, I don't have a family. Only I have that lady I posted. That's my family. Because someone will be having my uncle, my sister, my brother, something like that. But for me, I'm alone in the world. So from there, I I went to the village where this lady, I want to help kids, especially those who needs. From the I rented some room where I was like keeping them, trying to. Actually, at first I never thought that I would get some friends outside who can help but first I was using my own money to help them because that was inside my heart. I used to help these kids. They loved me actually, and for now some are grown, asking me. So there's those who are orphan. They ask me where are our parents. I said I'll tell you that you just focus. I'm your father. I'm your mother. That's it. Know that. So they were like, sometimes when I go there, they are like, hello, our father, hello, our mother. I said, no, don't call me that name, please. you call me Uncle Vision 8. So whenever I go there, they call me Uncle Vision 8. That's my name, they know. So in like where in last year, 2019, actually from a year back, where I told you I was having like 20 kids. So those kids, where remember I told you I was having my kid I started with, but I was added with these kids from the different families. You understand? Eh?
Yep.
So even from the Ministry of, we have a lot of ministry, in our country. I don't know whether this word is okay, is suitable to use. Our country is corrupted, that's all. They instead of looking for the next generation, they only look for the next election. That's the intention. I given up. Then I got an idea on it outside, because even those organizers she went to, they get help from outside their country. I was like, how can I do that? Because I had no idea how I can do. I can seek help from outside. I said, he told me, you go to internet and search some, like there some GoFundMe, like GoFundMe, like you caring. You get from there, you get friends from there who donates money to some organization here. So I bought that idea and I started from there. That's where I connected to the people. Right now I call my family. So in the year 2019, that's where the situation became too bad for me, and I was like giving up to this because, and even I never know how am I going to give up, because these kids were under my care, and the father, the everything, and where they stay, I'm the one paying that place, and I was like, let me give up. There was a friend of mine who is called Bagita. I don't know whether you see on my page. It's called Bagita. Well, code. Okay, this lady, I don't know how I get this lady, but it's the one of my old friends, the people I started with. He used to say, Emmanuel, please don't give up. I know God is with you. He used to send me photos of snow, photos of flowers, just to make me brave. So I was like, my friend, because I became in 2019. Actually, I became totally bankrupt. That's where my studio got robbed and all my camera was stolen. There, I remember some money I was saving on account. I used it all because I had to feed these kids, so that whenever, for them, they don't know whether you are working or not. So from there, the day I was robbed, actually, I was about to hang myself. Seriously, I was about to commit suicide, but I thank God I never do it. But I was messaging for this lady because he used to be there for me. Not in money. I won't lie that she was giving me money, but she was giving me encouraging words. So that, yeah. So even I come to the extent of selling all my properties in the house, like TVs, my fridge, my everything, which you can sell and get some money to feed these kids, because for them, they were there waiting for what to eat. So that's when, in that period, that's when I got my friend called Nikki. He lives toward my hope. So she was like helping me in feeding the kids in that period, whereby I had no work, I have nothing to do, and I was only meant to be helped by these people. So for a while, I joined with my friends who my journeys. So I came up with an idea of buying land and build an orphanage school. I will call it an orphanage school because it will work both, where the kids can stay and the same time they can go to school. From there, I talked to Nikki that I want to start something like to fundraise money so that we can own our own land and build a school and same time where the kids stay. And as you know, things change. You never know, one day you'll be not supporting me anyway or another. So you have to put something which will last for long and permanent. You never know, even one day I'll be out of this life, but at least I'll be talked about that Emmanuel Lukyamuzi, he built that thing. If we always done when the land is built, when the land is bought, we'll be able to grow our own crops and to do poultry keeping, to grow our own food, so that we can sustain ourselves, because help can't last for longer. Sometimes Nick may get problem, so that can't be able to send you a monthly donation. So the challenge is a lot of challenge with these kids, because whenever you go and be free with them, they ask a lot. But like last time I was there, dancing from after that, they told me, Uncle Vision 8. I said, yes. Will you buy for us a costume? Just like you will buy for like a costume for dancing? I said, please don't worry. I'll do that. Yes, my friend.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And I just love to know, like, I can imagine there are so many people that you've grown up with that have gone on to do different things, maybe bad things. Like, why do you think you've taken this path of giving back to orphans?
To me, it's the only way I can do it to thank God for my life. I think to give back, because I don't have anyone to thank. As I told you, I have only one family. That's my daily post. I found this. I looked in many ways how I can serve God, because that's why I got to know that I can't live this I went through to go to there's something I don't know, because actually if you tell me that life of being someone who have never cared or who have never looked at a young age, I can explain you how these people live that life, and I'm sure that life fully stinks for those kids. Trust me, it stinks. You can't imagine, even if they told you, please, Mr. Ryan, come and live this life where these kids lived for only 3 days, you can't live it, trust me. You can't live it. I won't tell you that I'm doing it to all kids, but a lot of kids are still there on the street. Last time I want to do a live video when I visited Kampala, a live video to see the little picture of these kids. But nowadays things changed for this COVID-19. City is full of, militaries, police are around the city. So I didn't do, but I'm sure one day, one time, I'll do live video showing the true life where these kids live. Yeah, that is it.
You said earlier about the word hope. Like, what does hope mean to you?
Actually, hope, to me, I can explain it that many kids lost their hope. It's just to restore. If hope lost in you, that means you're living dead. That's what I think. Yes. If you lost hope in you, that means you are a living dead. You no longer think what is coming. You are there, like when you eat today, tomorrow you don't know whether you eat, something like that. But it's very good if you get something to restore hope for them. Because these kids, they also have they also had a hope at first, but it lost in that situation whereby no one can talk to them. Because in life, when you need someone who can talk to you, when something went wrong in your life, that means you have even no plan B, because you are there alone and you have no one to talk to. That is it. Yes, and I hope if you get hope, if you get help and someone give you hope, you have a lot to do in this life. That's I'm sure of. You have a lot to do, because everyone is talented in his own way. That is it. Yes, you can find that someone found on the street, she or he can become a very big person, and she or he can represent. For me, what I say, he or she can represent Vision 8. That's where I got hope.
Are there any words of God that really speak to you and that you remind yourself often?
Actually, for me, I myself, I respect a free word in my life, and that has helped me a lot to overcome everything in my life. I get to know that everyone in this world must be loved. Everyone must be a humanitarian. Everyone must be a kindness. Those words, it gives the hope, because it's for sure, those are words you can, if you hear you, even if you are passing and see those free words, you can feel like God is still there. Hope, kindness, and love. Because we all want love. We all want to be loved. And that's the message for God.
What is the hardest thing about being an orphan?
Actually, being an orphan is very difficult, trust me. Because this is the situation whereby you lack something to eat, you lack where to stay, you lack someone to talk to, you lack love, you lack someone who can at least guide you, but don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. That situation, you become a mentor oneself, and mentor yourself plus yourself, always yourself. That's the mentorship you always have in your head. And it is not, I think it's not the right. Because they say you can't know all. That is it. You can try your level best to live the life, but there are something which you lack in you. Someone to call you and counsel you. There's sometimes you find yourself crying. And no one will say, please don't cry.
What do you think stops you from giving up? Is it your heart, or is it your mind, or is it both?
That I sit down, I looked at the kid I take care of. For them, they never knew what's going on. And I was like, what can I do? Because life was really very, very, very challenging. And as you know, life is a journey. You never know where it takes you. But in that period, I was only left for the running water to take me where it wants. But I thank myself, and I thank my friend Bagita Wilcod. He counseled me. I realized in life that there are those life of challenging, and there are the good life of hope. That's where I stood up, and because of the words Bagita told me, I decided, no, I won't leave this kid to die hunger. It gave me a brave, and I came to my house and I was like, let me sell these things so that I can feed this kid. I'll get money to buy another things. I started with my TV. I saw this as, but even the man I saw that it was not the same man I bought it, but for the need I had to do it. I sold my TV. I sold my fridge. I sold my, as you know, as I told you, I bought many things in my home. Yes, sold them all. Up to now, I haven't sold, but it's okay with me. Actually, for me, my dream, even if I die, my prayer only is like to give a kids a good life, because the situation of being orphans is a situation where I never wanted anyone to go into my shoes. Hope you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my life, that's my prayer is, at least if I'm done with this, even if God takes me, at least I'll be okay, because at least I've done something to be talked, even if I leave this. Because we people, we think that living in the life of being in a good situation, driving good cars, doing whatever you want, the life you can live. But for me, to me, it's a no. Because for me, for me, when for me, I don't eat at night, but I have to make sure that I call the people who care, the orphan, that my kids are well. Is everything okay? They says okay. That's my happiness, because I know these things. I know what you go through if you don't have something to eat. I know what you go through if you wake up in the morning looking all the while you don't see any your relative. I know what it takes to sleep at the street all of your life having no hope. And I'm hoping to add more kids when the orphan is done. But for now, even my hands are still tied. I can't add more. But there are more kids. There are more kids on the street. And in this period of pandemic, I got challenged because I was receiving a lot of kids. At my orphan, that please, we don't have some to eat to feed these kids. I was okay. Go with the kids. I will come. I will come with some food. I give it to you. And I helped. Actually, I posted one farm. I talked to one person. Yes, he acted to me, but I'm sorry. I got some money. I got some money from what he donated. I gave it to this family. And so far in this pandemic period, I helped something like 16 families, buying them some food to eat. As you know, our culture here, it's not good to capture photos of the one you are helping, and you post it. That means it's like that for them they call it shaming them, but for us we call it showing the proof that what you do, what I'm saying is right. But I helped 16 families, providing them some food.
You might know that the Always Better Than Yesterday podcast is sponsored, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to donate my sponsorship from this month, and I'm going to donate it to Vision 8. So I will follow up with you after this conversation, and I will pass forward all the sponsorship that we get this month, my friend.
I'll be so thankful for that.
I want to help spread the message of Always Better Than Yesterday to the young people in your orphanages. What does Always Better Than Yesterday mean to you, and how can you pass that message on to those kids?
Always better than yesterday. It gives me a lot of question into my head, where this man got this word to name it to perpetual to because it come across to my life. Whenever I see where I come from and where I am, it means a lot to me. And I believe you can't be in a stable position for all along of your life. Maybe you'll be in that position for the, maybe it can be good to like, actually, I don't know how to explain, but so I wonder how we choose that word, but that it has a lot of meaning. But to me, what I can say is that I'm not where I used to be last time. That means I don't know how to explain, but I'm so thankful for that word, and I appreciate and I love it. And I always, but I always use it for some messages I send to my friend, that always better than yesterday, because we people, we live this life, but we don't know what is tomorrow. We don't know what is today. But all you have to know, the day you live again is better than yesterday. That's all. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to share your story, to share the Vision 8 journey. I would just love to invite you to leave us a final thought from yourself.
Oh, thank you very much. Before I leave, I don't know whether you can give me an opportunity, like 3 to 4 minutes, to thank these people, because they've been there for me. Is it okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I want to thank my friend Bagita Wolkudi from Sweden. But this I didn't tell this, the lady who, because we in Africa, we're not the one who's supposed to name our kids when we get back, father or mother. So I got a child in 2018. I was like, who named my kid? It was challenging, but I called Bagita, but there's that friend, the long friend. I told him, please, you are the only friend who is the name who could be in that age of my grandmother and name my kids. This was where like, oh, thank you for that opportunity. I was so happy. She named my son Daniel, the name for her father. And sometime I messaged her, she always asked me, how's my daughter, how's my son? I said, no, it's not daughter, it's a son. Oh, I know, I was just kidding with you. He always loved me. So I thank my friend Bagita Wurukudi for the love she always shared with me. My friend Nikki Guasham Records. By the way, I'm so like, I wonder how this came, but because sometimes you may get lady wants to help you and the man doesn't like it. But these two people, they all help me. They all want my vision. That's Nikki and her her husband, Love Records. I'm so thankful for the love. I can say I'm so thankful for the love from that family. My friend Lion Griffith, she always support me. My friend Lucy Nodell, this one, she put me on a monthly donation for the feeding. I'm so thankful for that. My friend Anu Pataus, that friend of mine, I'm so thankful for the love he always share with me. My friend Linda Writer, actually my story is something related to this already. Linda Writer, She is a friend of mine. He always asks me what is needed. My friend Patrick Zote, she always supports me in one way or another. My friend Matthew Morrison, thank you for the love. My friend John Hammonds, thank you very much. My friend Sarah Guavera, but these two ladies, Sarah Guavera and the Bagita Olukud, are my long friend. They all, even if you don't ask me, if you ask them, they know my story. My friend Elizabeth Bobo, thank you very much. My friend Kelly Clancy, my friend also the Herod, and my friend, this friend of mine who wrote my, it's called Christine. She's the lady who wrote my, I don't know how to say it. The thing who had my story. It's called. I will remind it later. My friend Maython, yesterday she had her birthday. My friend Silva Emily, my friend Castellamiel, my friend Nick Austin, my friend Marcos, my friend Sal, Sal Lee Pine. But this lady was to come to Uganda this year. I think you know it. Yeah, Sarah Pine.
Yeah.
I was, but she was going to be the first lady to visit Vision 8. And she promised me a lot of things to do with the kid, to play with the kid. I was so happy, but unfortunately, this COVID-19 did a lot to distract her plans to come to Uganda to give you the real picture, how the Vision 8 look like. Yes, so I want to thank you, my friend, Ryan Hartley, for the
thank you,
blessing. I call it a blessing because you're the first person to put me on podcast. If to say where did you lose your virginity, I lost it with Ryan Hartley. So thankful. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you so much. Enjoy
and
the
I'm
rest
hoping,
of your week.
and I'm hope if everything goes well, the Vision 8 is built. I think a lot of things will happen in our lives, and I hope to visit every one of my friends. I'll get time because many friends wants me to visit them. I told them no, please. I just I have to first finish this, and when I say that my kids have where to stay, everything is going well, they will be free to visit everyone who wants.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time, and I'll speak to you again soon, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my friend.